Hey guys, it's Lexi and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making Nutella Babka. The first step of this recipe was to heat up 1 cup of milk to be around 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I poured the milk into the bowl of a stand mixer and added 1 packet of active yeast. And once that was all in there, I also added in 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar and whisked everything together. Once everything was mixed together, I covered the bowl with a clean towel and let it sit for about 5 minutes. I attached the bowl to the stand mixer and added in half a cup of granulated sugar, along with 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature, and I just cut it up into 4 pieces. It's not going to mix in perfectly, but that's okay. And then I also added in 1 egg at room temperature and also 1 egg yolk and mixed that all together, along with half a teaspoon of salt and 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Once a pretty solid dough has formed in the bowl, you can either take it out and knead it by hand, or you can keep it in the bowl and knead it. I kept it in the bowl, and you just have to do that for about 6 to 8 minutes. When the dough was done kneading in the stand mixer, I put it on a floured surface and kneaded it with my hands. Throughout this process, I did have to add flour a couple of times because it was still pretty sticky. When my dough wasn't too sticky anymore, I put it into a greased bowl to let it rise. And to let it rise, I put it into a warm oven and kept it cracked a little bit. And the oven wasn't currently on, but I had preheated it to 200 degrees and then turned the oven off. And then after an hour and a half, it had doubled in size. And then you can punch it to get all of the air out. After you've punched your dough a couple of times, you can put it again on a floured surface. And I don't think I mentioned it before, but this batch does in fact create 2 loaves, so you're going to want to cut your dough pretty evenly. I tried my best. The dough that you're not going to be currently using, you're going to put aside in a bowl and cover with a clean towel. The next step is to roll out your dough, and you're going to want to try and approximately make it into a rectangle that is about 9 by 13 inches. And I tried my best, but it's obviously not going to be perfect. Once it's as good as you can get it, you're going to take about a cup of Nutella and spread it on the bread, and you're going to want to leave about ½ an inch that's not covered with Nutella on the edges, just so it's easier for you to roll. Once the Nutella is as even as it's gonna get, you're going to roll the dough hot dog style until it is completely rolled, and then you're going to take a serrated knife and cut it the long way, which was a little bit difficult and definitely messy, but just try your best. Once the dough is cut in half, you're going to try and twist the two sides together. Once the dough is twisted, you're going to put it into a greased loaf pan. Then cover with a clean towel and repeat your steps on the second part of the bread. Once both breads are set aside, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and start working on the crumble topping. To make the crumble topping, you're going to take a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, cold and cubed. And I just used a fork to mix everything together. Then you're going to make an egg wash with 2 tablespoons of milk and 1 egg white, and then just mix that all together. Then you're going to cover the babka with the egg wash and try your best to avoid the Nutella because you don't want to cover that. Then I took my crumble topping and evenly distributed it on top of each loaf. I put each babka into the oven for about 45 minutes, and here was the final product. It was very pretty.